Hello again. Now, in some of the beginners information we've been showing, we've been dealing with the formal, the traditional Taekwondo and martial art sitting stance punch. But a traditional part of Taekwondo and the Taekwondo that I teach is boxing style punching. Now for this, there's no formal stance. You're going to be in natural stance again. That was kind of the parallel ready stance width, but there's not the width. You're using that width for the length. I'm here. If I brought the front foot back, it comes just past the rear foot, so there's a little bit of width. The knees may be just off lock, not locked dead straight, off lock. We've got the guard. If your left leg's in front, your left hand's in front, your right hand's back. This isn't as formal as a full Taekwondo L stance forearm guarding block where you've got knuckles up and knuckles down. This is a more relaxed, perhaps the hands are about 45 degrees, but they're up. So there'll be no straight line between the opponent and your chin. This is always really good because an opponent isn't likely to try to punch you in the face if your hands are in the way. This invites a circular attack from them, which makes this easier to block. Circular attacks are easier to put something in the way of than having to actually deflect a straight punch. But if you've got your hands up here, no one's likely to just do a hard straight punch at your front hand. Now in traditional punching, you punch with one hand and the other hand goes to the hip. Now here you'll hear me going, keep your guard, keep your guard. A front hand straight punch is called a jab. So you'll push it out dead straight. I don't really want this hand staying just there. I want you bringing it up to the side of the head and then back down to the neutral. This is so you have a cover here. So you're going to punch, and from here you're going to push the shoulder forwards a little and back. Very like in the traditional punching where we reached and pulled, but here we're driving it forwards as we punch. Traditional punch, we stopped square. Boxing style punch, we're pushing the punch in with the shoulder and back. So you're coming from here with the jab. Front hand straight punch is called a jab. Just pushing it out and coming back to these elbows in. You're not out like that. This is in tight. You can probably see the outsides of my shoulders outside of my elbows here. Pushing it in. A backhand punch is called a cross. Now here we're going to keep the same rules about this hand going to the side of the head. This is a guard. This is a cover in case you misread and somebody's punch is coming at you. This will come across. Again, you're going to bring the back shoulder forwards as you do it and come back. So you'll then be using this with combinations of jab cross or jab cross jab or even jab cross. So with jab cross you've got front hand, backhand. Now as the front hand's coming back, the backhand's going out. It's not out, back, but it's 1, 2, 3. Think of it as 1, 2, 3. Jab, cross, guard. Jab, cross, guard. We could do jab, cross, jab, cross, jab, guard. Front, back, front, guard. Or all four. Front, back, guard. Now the next punch we will throw into this will be a hooking punch. We'll start with the front hand and this is going to come over and round. What we're not doing is winding it up like that and then coming in, because that means you're very open. As soon as you pull that back, the person you're fighting can go, oh, he's opened the gate, I can hit him. So it's not a big wind up, and you don't just wind it up with the arm, but you'd wind it by moving that way, and you come back lifting the elbow at the last minute and you come right across and back. So a hook would be across and back. It would be slight wind up, keeping this cover here, round and back. Putting that into the jab cross, you'd have jab, cross, hook, guard, jab, cross, hook, guard. And I'll get you to switch. We swap the legs. It's still front, back, front, guard. The next punch in these sort of variations and combinations we throw in is called an uppercut, an upward punch coming up the centre, going for somebody's jaw or chin probably. Now these could be diagonal if that's where your hand is and you have a shot, but I encourage us to learn coming right up the middle. That involves turning your body to get the elbow under the hand. The idea here being, if the person has a guard, it's very hard for them to push their elbows together. So you're looking at coming up between those elbows. Again, the hand you're not using is in a guard, tight here. You've got to move the body with the backhand. Here, front hand, you've got to move the body. You've got to turn, bring that shoulder around. This backhand, uppercut, you've got to pivot on the ball of the foot, bring the shoulder and this hand to the front. You've got to pivot, but this hand is staying there. Putting it into the combinations, you can have jab, cross, uppercut, guard. You could have jab, uppercut, jab. You could have jab, uppercut, hook. You could have any combination. You could have uppercut, uppercut, hook. And doubtless you will be building these with me in class. But what I ask you to always think of, if the combination is 3 punches, you're doing 4 things. 1, 2, 3, 4 is guard. Jab, cross, jab, guard. Jab, cross, hook, guard. Jab, cross, uppercut, roundhouse, uppercut, guard. Always back to guard. So you're ready to carry on fighting. Thank you guys. See you soon.